What's going on, contractors? I want to make this real quick video just to talk about something that I'm constantly hearing from contractors who are struggling to close appointments. Now, closing the appointment doesn't happen at the time when you receive the money or when the contract is signed. Closing the appointment actually starts from the very first contact, from the initial point of contact that you have with the homeowner. What do I mean by that? In order to close, you first have to open, right? How you open determines how you're going to end up closing the deal. I want to share a story with you guys about a contractor that I recently spoke with, and he was telling me that, yeah, he has leads, but he has trouble actually closing them. He's been getting leads that are coming in organically through his website, and his gut reaction is get on the phone with the lead, talk to them a little bit about their project, figure out what their budgets are, and schedule a time to go see the project. After that happens, he schedules an estimate, and once he does the estimate, he sends it off and doesn't hear back from the homeowner. Surprise. And there's a couple of reasons maybe why that's happening, but I'm going to tell you the biggest thing that's stopping contractors at the very beginning of the interaction. And so contractors, I want you to think about a new construction project, right? One of the very first things that you have to do is you need to grade, right? You need to grade the soil and also lay the foundation, because the foundation is what everything else stands on top of. Now, if you're not setting a solid foundation with your opener with that very first call, you're going to run into issues later on down the line. And so one of the best ways to set a solid foundation is by creating an outline for yourself of the things that you're going to say on that initial call. Now, the key here is not to sell your service, okay? The key here is to understand the needs and the pains at a high level of your homeowner. Connect with them, okay? Forget all of the project stuff, all of the semantics that comes with a remodel or a new home construction, or this really applies to all contractors. And that's tough because most contractors, they want to, but it's their knee-jerk reaction to get into the nitty-gritty. They're amazing technicians, like they're amazing at their crafts. And if you're watching this, you too are probably amazing at your craft, but you want to figure out why it is that you're not able to close as many of the clients that you are sending bids out to. And so one of the key principles I teach my guys when I start working with them is the importance of sincere candor. Homeowners can smell it if you're BSing. Homeowners can smell it if you're just trying to get to the sale. Every single homeowner can smell that. If you're not going to take a moment to understand who your homeowner is, why they called you in the first place, and what's important to them, you're probably not going to stick out from the 15 other contractors that they're reaching out to. And I know a lot of contractors where most of their business, 90% of their business, I would say, is referral only, which is fantastic. But the problem is that when there is an economic downturn, or when things do get slow, and inevitably things do get slow, what ends up happening is you start moving out of desperation, and you're not able to create in the way that you used to be able to because your mind is so tied up in just producing cash flow. And so one of the best ways of getting out of that state is by exercising your sales muscles. So when you get on these initial calls, learn about the prospect, figure out what their needs are, figure out what makes them tick, understand what gets them excited, why they called you in the first place, what they love so much about their day-to-day life, what do they do for work, what kind of hobbies do they have, what do they like to eat. Connect with them. The first 5 minutes of the phone call is so important because what you're able to do is give them an idea of who you are and what you're after. If you are just going straight for the kill and basically just trying to get the sale, homeowners are savvy enough to feel that. It's the intuition, it's the feeling or whatever. And once you get to the job site, it's going to be a lot harder to actually sell them on your services because you're so focused on selling. Focus on connecting to them with your heart. And when you lead with your heart, you'll be surprised by the level of authenticity that you'll produce in the relationships. You will have more people referring you than you've ever had before just by starting your initial calls in this way. I didn't want to make the video super long, and I wanted to say this because it's something that I've just been hearing from so many contractors. If you guys like videos like this that are a little less formal, then drop me a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be posting a ton of more content for contractors so that you guys can get a grip on creating profitable businesses. I appreciate you guys for watching. See you on the next one.